Okay.
Yeah, that was completely pointless. Okay. Hi, friends. I'm kind of waiting. Hey, Jeremiah. You can wait.
Oh, I can wait?
Yeah. Okay. I want you to imagine with me one time in your life where you have felt smart. Maybe it was that you knew something that someone else didn't. Or maybe you made a decision that was good for you, that benefited you. Maybe you just felt smart compared to another person. Did you feel smart or did you feel wise? Is there even a difference? I mean, there are two different words. I know that sounds stupid. Webster's dictionary defines smart as knowledgeable and quick to learn, but it defines wise as showing good sense or judgment. So there is a little bit of a difference there, and it's not one that we normally think about. James talks a little bit about this in chapter 3 of his book, and he says that there are two kinds of wisdom. Wisdom that comes from God and wisdom that comes from man, which would be the kind of wisdom that we get from ourselves. He says the wisdom that we get from ourselves is garbage. It's completely useless. We can't make decisions without God helping us. Do the grades we get in school reflect how smart we are? Do they reflect how wise we are? You might get some pretty bad grades on a test or on a quiz. You might feel stupid. You might feel like you could have done a lot better. But that doesn't always affect how you make other decisions. Like when you're fighting with your parents, I know we all fight with our parents, and they say something really sassy, and it gets you really, really annoyed, but you choose not to talk back. That was wise, and you probably didn't even realize it. When you're hanging out with your friends, everyone's just fooling around. Maybe they're making fun of people. Maybe they're swearing, and you don't want to because it makes you feel nasty. If you stop yourself from doing that, that's wisdom. That's not the same thing as being smart. Being smart and being wise aren't always the same thing. My sister and I would always argue a lot as kids. And most of the time, she'd be the one who was right. And I knew I was wrong, but I would keep on arguing with her because I wanted to make it look like I was smart, Even though I knew I was wrong, I'd keep talking and talking, like just complete nonsense, trying to make it look like I was the one who was right. If I wanted to sound wise, I would have caved in and agreed with her, which was, of course, the last thing I wanted to do. Smart, wise. Okay, show of hands. Who in here has ever seen the show Jeopardy? Can we okay, if you raise your hand, you're my friend, no take-backs. Okay. You know how there's always that one guy on Jeopardy? And he's really smart. He knows the answer to pretty much everything. And he's like cleaning out the whole board, right? But when he hits the daily double, right, he could wager as much money as he wants. But he wagers something stupid like $100. Like, dude, you could have wagered $10,000 and won the whole show. But no. See, that guy was smart because he was knowledgeable, but he didn't show good sense or judgment, which meant he wasn't wise. So there is a difference. Smart and wise are not necessarily the same thing. And I know that sounds stupid, and I know it sounds cliche, and just like, I know it might sound like I'm just talking at you, but this is real. James said that, he literally says that wisdom that comes from people, wisdom that comes from ourselves is demonic. Like, we might as well all be possessed by demons. That's just how bad we are making decisions without God's help. You might get really good grades, you might act superior to others, but it doesn't mean anything unless you use the wisdom that God gives you. And guys, this is why we have the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit wants to help us make really good decisions. God gives us the Holy Spirit so that we can listen to it, not so we can ignore it. Verse 17 of chapter 3 says that wisdom from God is pure and peaceful and submissive and sincere. So pretty much what I'm trying to say is if you really want to seem smart, you don't. You want to seem wise. So now that you look at it from how God looks at it, which would you rather be, smart or wise?